yesterday, after I made that video. Um, so yesterday I went to work, um, and I really did not want to talk to the coworker that I had an issue with, but it was just kind of building up in me, and I think just the awareness of like, okay, this needs to happen. This is sucking my energy now and stressing me out, and I got I knew what I needed to do. I needed to ask for help from another coworker. I needed to kind of, really put some layers into this. And the layers were talking to the coworker, hey, I need to talk to this guy. And it was, the thing is, in some ways it was a lot easier to really execute than I expected once I actually committed to, okay, this is going to happen. Okay, go talk to someone I can trust. He's kind of aware of what's up anyway. He's also been talking to the same coworker, and he's like, hey, okay, he takes me and my other team lead and out of our workspace into the break room, and it's like, okay, then we sit down. He's like, okay, here's the deal with this guy, and it's like, okay, some of that I knew. Okay, thanks for filling me in. Okay, here's my thoughts on what I need to say to him, like what I'm trying to get across to him. I don't know if this is the best way to get across this message to this guy. I really don't want to mess that up. I don't want to be too harsh. I don't want to miss stuff or whatever. I think when it really came down to it, I was most worried about being too harsh and not reaching him with, the positives, and with the sort of positive conclusion of like, hey, I want you to be here, but I need you to step up, the short of it. So we did that, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna go bring him in. It's like, okay, so all I had to do was ask for help. Okay, take you to the break room, talk it out, figure it out what we're gonna do. And then, my coworker Charles goes back and brings the guy in, and then my other team lead is with me the whole time, just kind of there supporting me. He's there, but I still am. I'm running this conversation. I'm like, okay, just tell me what's been going on lately. I know our bosses talk to you, and then we get into the rest of it, and I hear everything he has to say, and what I found was, having a sort of serious talk with someone, it really did work well for me to ease into that conversation, and really to listen to everything he had to say, and that felt like, that felt like the only thing I could do. What I realized was that was a good thing. It was good to hear him out, and then it helped me then say what I needed to say back to him, kind of putting together all the pieces I had of what he said and what my boss said and what my coworker said. It's like, okay, here's the picture of this guy. Here's what I thought about saying and need to say, and I said it, and I'm not going to repeat it here for now, but it's like, I I wanted to communicate that, you know, wanted to communicate some assurance, some, I wanted to communicate, hey, you're not doing enough. It's not even you're not doing enough, but it's like, I can't have you stay the way you are. I need you to step up, and you have options for how to do that, but I'd really like you to step up in all areas. And I do have concern for you personally, not just you in the workplace, but also like, hey, like, you're stressing me out the way you are, and like, that's not, I'm not gonna just, that's why why I have to say something. So that went really well, and I was intimidated to have that conversation, but once I had it, it's like, oh my god, I did it, and it wasn't even as bad as I thought. It went better than I thought it really would, and I just killed it the rest of the day. Now, whether you could see it on the outside, it's hard to say. I kept track of everything I did that day, and um, that was something I'd been meaning to do. I addressed a lot of issues, it's whatever, but the important thing to me is I felt better, and I felt like I wanted to be there at my desk at my workplace, and I felt like, okay, I can do these things, and these are helping me do my job, and I feel like I feel like I'm building upward. I can continue to do my job better, and I'm happy to, I stayed a little bit late, just like, I'm trying to finish this thing, like, I'm trying to get this work done, and I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling eustress, not de-stress, and that's really important to me, and that's really what was bothering me is like I was starting to not want to be at work, and it's like I can't let that happen. I'm trying to be here for a few years. That's not going to work if I'm, feeling distressed, even starting that ball rolling in that direction. So just sharing that I was surprised by myself that ended up turning that all the way around, and asking for help is important. That's a weak area for me still. Just I turned it around, and I'm excited to share that. So I'm gonna keep sharing these days. I know the last video got cut off before I finished it, but I believe the meat of the video is there, so I'm gonna be posting both of these pretty soon.